All right, well, it looks like over the last month or so, we've gotten quite a few subscribers to the channel, new subscribers. So thanks everybody for subscribing. Today, I just want to spend a little bit of time talking about subwoofer enclosures. A lot of people have reached out to me asking if we build subwoofer enclosures and ship them, and we don't. That's not really our business model that we want to do. There's other companies out there that do build subwoofer enclosures and ship them, and more power to them if that's what they like to do. But we like to do the one-off type stuff, nothing the same really each time. So we always like to try and switch it up, and we always have a lot of multiple projects. So we just don't have the manpower to build stuff and ship it. So if you're looking for something built and shipped, sorry, that's not us. But if you want to bring a car to us to build and you're close to the Spokane, Washington area, we'd be happy to help you out. So anyway, I just want to kind of go over what it takes to build something like this, why things cost what they do, and the time involved to get certain things, just little tiny things that we add to the boxes that might add hours. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through the process. We took some video as we were building the last enclosure, and we got most of it, but just kind of wanted to walk you through it, what it takes to do a subwoofer enclosure under the seat of a Ford truck. You can see here that we're starting to draw some things up in CAD, and we're going to take that from this CAD drawing here, and then we're going to basically make a tool path, they call it. We'll load it into some other computer here, and this is talking to the CNC. And from there, we're going to run that program on the CNC and start cutting out pieces for the box. Here in a second, you're going to see a length of MDF sticking out the backside of this CNC. And the reason for that is the length of the box is longer than the length of our CNC. So I'm going to show you a little shortcut we do here to do most of the box on the CNC, and then we finalize it with a hand router by making a template on our laser, which you're going to see here in a second. So this is the part of the box that wouldn't fit on the CNC. So we make this part, and then we will take and template tape that onto the piece that we had sticking out the back, and then Mark will take it over to the router and finish routering out the rest of the box. So this is the way we get around using a smaller CNC to do a larger box. So after we have a few layers cut for the box, what we're going to do here is we're going to trace out the next layer, and then we're able to pull this off and know exactly where to put our wood glue when we go to staple them together. So you're going to see these little bars that are sticking up. What those are 1/8" aluminum rod. And what that's used for is when we CNC it, we put in the file to drill 1/8" holes on each layer. So that way we can use that to line it up exactly when we're trying to staple it together. So you'll see here that we put a nice line of wood glue on, and then we'll use these 1/8" aluminum rods to line this back up, and then it's going to go exactly into the right place and hold it steady. The reason we use the aluminum rod versus a wood dowel is an 1/8" wood dowel is going to be kind of brittle when you're working with it like this, and really prone to maybe snapping or breaking. And then the other thing using aluminum is if we did want to leave it in there, you can still run it through your table saw or your bandsaw, or hit it even with a jigsaw or a router, and it's not going to mess up any of your blades. So once we have those first couple layers done, we're going to take and we're going to run the back side of this through the router table here, and it's a big roundover bit, so that way it's going to form to where the floor of the truck comes up and make it fit in there really nice. You can see here where the carpet kind of rolls up, that big roundover bit makes it flush up against there real nice. So you can see on these first couple layers, we're utilizing the airspace on the part that we're making the baffle board get raised up from the floor. And then you'll see on the baffle board portion here, we're just going to go further back under the seat, and we're going to utilize that airspace also. Once a few of those pieces have been test fit into the truck, we're going to kind of do a little mock-up here. And Mark's going to go ahead and check like the fitment of the subwoofer, make sure the clearance is far enough away from the floor. And then here you're going to see him adjusting the sides there. And those little side pieces, we'll go into a little more detail here in a bit. But basically those taper back so that they kind of get smaller in the front from the bottom to the top, so that the bottom radius is going to fit the floor mat, and then the top radius is going to line up to the seat when you fold the seat down. So using this aluminum rod trick is really going to come into play right here. It's hard to see, but like I said, these taper back and they're not the same radius on the front. So to get them aligned up perfectly to how we want them, the aluminum rods really help us out there. So once he's done with lining them all up and then staple them together, he's going to compress them here with some clamps and let them dry up before he starts assembling the rest of the box and adding filler to that end to fill in the gaps between each one. So here you can see he attached the side pieces, and he's gonna make a little jig right here. And what this is gonna do is he made these stacks a little bit taller, and then he's gonna take and he's gonna run this through with the bandsaw, and then that's gonna give that corner piece the same angle as those side pieces. So actually, this is going to be I believe this is the bottom. It might appear like it's the top, but you'll see here in a second, once it's lined up with the rest of the box, that it's going to taper it down just like the side. Here you can see we used a Craig jig to pocket those fasteners into the lower sections of the box, every probably 8 to 12 inches. Now we're going to run a router with a little jig on it to make some lines in the box with an 1/8 inch bit. And this is going to be for where the vinyl and the carpet meet. Gives you some place to tuck some of the upholstery. From there, we're going to fill in those sides with some auto body filler and then sand that out, and then probably go back through it 2 to 3 more times to keep filling it in and get all the spots that we missed and get it nice and smooth and ready for upholstery. So once the major bodywork is done, we're going to start adding these accent pieces. These pieces we cut on the laser, and this is going to be a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch piece of MDF, and then that's going to get glued onto the front, and then he's going to start filling in that piece also. He used some auto body filler to link that up to the rest of the box, and then you can see here he's sanding it all in, and just sand and repeat until it's ready for upholstery. Once all the body work has been done, we take it into our paint booth where we're going to spray it with some poly primer. What the poly primer is going to do is seal the pores of the wood, which in turn is going to help give you better base response. From there, we're going to keep going and wrap everything in upholstery, all the little trim panels, the box itself, and then we're going to work on all the insert pieces for all the accent pieces. Here you can see the taper piece I was talking about, where it gets from small to bigger radius, so it matches the seat at the top and the floor mat at the bottom. We did some insert here with ABS on the bottom with the Raptor logo. Did a little bit of an ABS insert on the top. We have a few different kinds of inserts here with some different kinds of vinyl. And then we did the Raptor R logo in the front with the red accent on the R. And here you can see she's shaking some water bottles, gets after it. So hopefully after watching all that, you can kind of see what it takes and why it costs so much, or what it does to build one of these enclosures as a one-off thing. Some people might see those prices or see how many hours we have into them and be like, you're out of your mind. However, we sell a lot of systems, and I think it's just taking the time to explain to our customers that this stuff does take time. It's not like we're trying to build this stuff with a jigsaw and in our backyard. We've invested a lot of money in all these router tables, CNC, laser, things like that. So those things are valuable, and I think our time should be paid for accordingly. And we don't waste any time when we're building these boxes. We're not standing around and milking the clock when we're doing them. We're staying steady, and things are getting done. So that shows you what it takes to build something of this caliber. And I hope it helps you, if you're a customer, understand why things cost what they do. And I hope it also helps other shops understand that, if you are going to take on jobs like this, that you need to make sure you charge accordingly, and that you're not losing money by underbidding something that might take, you might think it's going to take 20 hours, but if it's really taking you 30 hours, is it worth your time to be building something like that? Maybe it's better off, your time might be better off spent doing something else. Well, I think I've rattled enough on this one and been motor mouthing too long, but we do appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like and subscribe if you like car audio, marine audio type stuff. We do have a boat that we just got here yesterday that is going to be a massive build for the winter. If you were here for last winter's big build, it's going to be something to that caliber. So it should be pretty awesome. So anyway, if you like these type of videos where I talk about stuff, let me know. If you're more into the ones where you just like to see things getting built, those will be sprinkled in here too. So we'll try and keep you entertained. And again, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks.